On one hand, Taliban is denying basic rights to women, breaking all its promises, and on the other hand, the Islamist group is desperate to get recognition from international community. No country has formally recognized the Taliban government since the insurgents took over the country in August. Recently, the Taliban warned that failure to recognize their government could have global effects. A report.
It's another afternoon and wrestlers kick up dust in a Kabul field known as Chaman-e-Hazuri to demonstrate grappling skills. Dozens of men and some Taliban members are sitting in large circle, serving as the wrestling ring to watch action after Friday prayers. For the Taliban, if wrestling is going well, everything is all right. For these radical Islamists, wrestling match is more important than lives of poor Afghan people who are now selling their children to survive. The insurgent group has broken all its promises, and now the leaders of the so-called Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan are desperate to get recognition from the international community. The Taliban recently called on Washington and other capitals to recognize their government in Afghanistan, warning that a failure to do so would lead to problems not only for the country but for the whole world.
رسمیت شناختن افغانستان نیازمندی دو جانبه است. تنها افغانستان به رسمیت ضرورت نداره. کشورها هم ضرورت بدی داره که ما را به رسمیت باید بشناسند، چون اگر آنها میخواین از ما که امنیت تامین باشه، به کشورهای نزدیک تهدید نباشه و مسائل دیگر، باید ما را من حیث یک جهت مسئول به رسمیت بدانند و بشناسند. بعد ما وظیفه خود ایفا بکنیم و مکلفیتایی که ما داریم در قبال کشورها او را به جا بیاریم.
Not only on the issue of human rights, but when it comes to the topic of terrorism also, the Taliban government has failed. The Taliban had promised that it would not allow terrorist groups to use Afghan soil for their activities. But evidence shows that different terrorist groups, including Al-Qaeda, are now finding Afghan territory as a safe haven. Against the backdrop of a spike in activities of terror groups in Afghanistan, India and the US have jointly called on the Taliban to ensure that Afghanistan is not used again to threaten or attack any country. For most of the countries right now, the topic of recognition of the Taliban government is not on the table. When the Taliban is seeking international recognition, common people in the country are openly opposing the government. Those who are not taking part in mass demonstrations against the government are also expressing their dissatisfaction in front of the camera.
د امارات پر راتلو سره خو اول مونږ ته هیڅ داسې بدلون په سترګو نه ښکاري، فقط د تیر نظام هغه څه چې مونږ ته پاتې دي نو هماغه نه دوی استفاده کوي. دوی خپله شخصا هیڅ کوم توپیر نه دی راوستی او نه یې موږ وینو. لا هغه توپیرونه راوستي چې ملت پرې خوښ نه دی، لکه زموږ ملي بیرغ یې لرې کړی، زموږ اردو ړنګه شوې ده. صحیح ده، یو تحول غټ تحول افغانانو باندې راغی، نو موږ هیڅ داسې توپیر نه لرو چې هغه مثبت وي.
Recognition brings governments a lot of international legal benefits. That includes diplomatic immunities. For example, Taliban leaders, including those who are on UNSC's terrorism blacklist, will be allowed to travel outside the country without the risk of getting arrested. If the world recognizes the Taliban, the Islamist group can eventually get access to Afghanistan's assets in the United States. Until there is clarity on the recognition of Taliban, common Afghans are caught in the middle of the debate.